Hi everybody, welcome to EDC Austria. I'm Stefan. Today we are talking about the WE Knife 611, and you have to excuse my dirty hands, but I did some work around here and some of the stuff stuck and I can't get it off quite yet. Well, before I start this video, I wanted to talk about WE Knives, the company themselves, because I think that's pretty interesting, especially compared to other Chinese brands. So if you take the typical Chinese brand like Enlan or Ganzo, they make knives for around $15. They employ slave labor, and yeah, it's not fun to work there. WE Knife, on the other hand, or rather as it was called before, WE Young Knife, is a small company that's been founded in the year 2000, and until until 2014 they only made OEM knives. OEM stands for Original Equipment Manufacturing, meaning they made knives for other companies to sell under the company name. And in 2014 they decided they wanted to use their quite extensive knowledge of knife making to make their own brand. And in order to have a name that's easier to say for their customers, they changed it to WE Knife when they moved to their new headquarters in 2014. Back then they had already planned to come out with their knives, and it took them a whole year, namely 2015, in preparation, and then in 2016 they hit the scene big, making amazing knives which can really hold their own with the best of them. That's no question. And they are still pretty cheap. I mean, not cheap, they are of good value. They are under $300. And for that, what they actually provide you in quality, that could easily be doubled from the price. And another difference is they really design their own stuff. They have a great R&D team. They have about 100 skilled workers that are paid a good wage, a very good wage. And as far as I heard, and I really did research this, all the people are glad to work there, and it's a really fun job for a Chinese company to work at WE Knife. WE makes it good for everybody, good for the customer and good for their workers, so in the end everybody is happy. Before I start this review, I will also have to declare that this one was provided to me by the European Knife Pass Around group for review purposes, but I'm in no way financially connected to WE Knife or the Pass Around group, so this review will be completely unbiased. And I thank Knife Collector 031 for organizing this. Now I want to show you first a few pictures of the WE Knife facility to see where those knives are actually coming from. was interesting. I will do this only once, but I think it's always interesting to know a bit about the company you're buying stuff from. Here they have a new cardboard package now. The old one was black. It's nondescript though, so it doesn't tell you which knife is inside. This is also quite nice. You get a WE branded microfiber cloth, of course some silica gel. You get a card with contact information and the necessary tools to change their proprietary hardware. So unlike some US companies where you void if your warranty if you open and care for your knife, in this case you're even provided with a good tool to do this, which I think is very nice of WE. With their first few models they even gave you extra hardware to switch, but I think too many people had problems doing that themselves, and that's the reason they stopped in the end, because the people were kind of unable to do it themselves. Okay, enough talking. Now let's come to the knife itself. As you see, it flips like a dream. You just need to light switch it. There is no way that you cannot fully deploy this knife. The total length is exactly 22 centimeters, which would be 8.66 inches. The blade length is 9.5 centimeters, which are 3.74 inches. The steel used here is their main steel, CPM S35VN, although I don't think I have to say a lot about this steel anymore, as it's been used so frequently this year. Almost every good knife came with it. Here you see the contact points. You have a nice titanium backspacer. Here you have the jimping, and I'm really trying to move my thumb, even though it doesn't look like much. It really holds it. Here you have some finger grooves, which I normally don't like that much, but these really feel great, no matter how you grip your knife. So that's quite excellent. And the CPM S35VN steel that's used here is hardened to 59 to 61 on the Rockwell scale. It is a flat grind with a nice recurve here. As you can see, it is, of course, it is a frame lock. Here you can see how it locks up. It does have a steel insert, and to provide this great smoothness, there is a multi-row bearing system, even ceramic bearings in use. the blade thickness is exactly 4 millimeters. As for the weight, we are gonna check that out right now. Okay, so it's 141.7 grams, or exactly 5 ounces. I've never seen... Oh, now it changed to 4.99. Well, anyway, so 5 ounces. And the thickness of the handle, which I find quite interesting, is 13.5 millimeters. So 1.35 centimeters. Of course, that wasn't counting the clip, but you usually don't count that if you are discussing the thickness of the handle. Your hand is also really well protected here. You have a nice lanyard hole, although it is, I think, too well. With some work you could get paracord through there. And now I'll show you again in slow motion the knife. I mean, not in slow motion, but I'll just drag it by the camera in slow speed. Then from above, so you see the tip is still pretty pronounced, and here from down under. Of course, it's centered perfectly, but as of yet I've to hear of any V knife that has some sort of technical issue. By the way, this knife comes in 10 color variations, so here they are. Okay, and we're back. I hope you liked the choice you get with this knife. Let's do some size comparison before I come to my resume. Let's use the usual suspects to compare it to. Here we have the Sebenza. From the blade, they are pretty much, well, no, the V is actually a bit longer and the handle is a bit longer. Then we have the 350, which I just did a video about, which has a 3.5-inch blade and of course a way shorter handle. Okay, I'll get some other knives to make a comparison. Okay, here we have another 3.5-inch blade, the Kershaw Injection 3.5, and we have the Riyadh Event Horizon, which should be pretty similar size-wise, although the handle is not as long as this one. As for my conclusion on this knife, if I say $300 or euros is cheap for this knife, some people are probably not gonna think this is true, but like I said, this quality is usually much more expensive, and these knives are made so extensively well that I really feel it's totally worth the money. And you'll see in the upcoming cutting video at the end of the cutting footage at the end of this video that they are great tools for cutting too. At least I hope you will see that. Oh, one thing I forgot to show you, to keep the weight down, they are milled out very good inside. I will show you that. Okay, let's hope I managed to do this correctly, because I really don't see that well. Does it show? I can't see. But there you have to take my word that... Oh yeah, now I think. They are really milled out perfectly, and they barely left any tool marks. So if you're in the market for some Chinese-made high-end, ultra high-end knife, the V-Knife series is actually one of the best choices you can make. Okay, this is my resume on this knife. Thanks again to the Pass Around group for providing me with this knife to review. I will put a link to where to purchase them, and of course to the V-site themselves. And again, now let's see the cutting footage. If you like this video, please give it a like, and if you want to see more videos including another V-Knife review, please subscribe. Bye bye. Okay, here you can really tell what you paid your money for, besides the great fit and finish. No matter how hard I tried to fail with cutting the paper, it always went through without ripping it even in the slightest. Going through fast, going through slow, whatever I tried, couldn't make it fail. Not once. Simply amazing how sharp this is. And it'll keep that edge with a S35 VM blade and a 59 to 61 hardness. That's just amazing. You can see I was pretty enthused myself, that's why I couldn't stop cutting. And then again, my favorite hobby, which I even did a lot before I did YouTube videos, namely cutting down cardboard, because I always did it so that I had some reason to buy knives. to cut down all the cardboard. By the way, here the adhesive material is what you saw on the plate earlier. I need to remove that again. Should have done that before the video, but now I've put so much work into it I can't. Okay, that's it. Have a great one. Bye bye.